Red Sparrow, this movie is directed by Francis Lawrence and stars Jennifer Lawrence and Joel Edgerton. It follows the story of a Russian ballerina played by Jennifer Lawrence that is recruited to go to Sparrow School, a Russian secret service kind of thing where she's trained to use persuasion and use her body as a weapon, basically. And her first mission after going through the Sparrow School is to figure out stuff, infiltrate a CIA agent played by Joel Edgerton that is in Europe at the moment on his own separate mission, and the two collide. Now, this obviously is directed by Francis Lawrence, who did the Hunger Games movies. He's done I Am Legend, so obviously he's a semi-big director. And then Jennifer Lawrence, who is a big actress, and they've worked together. I guess again they've done the Hunger Games movie, so obviously they've got a like between each other. So you can kind of have high expectations with the movie when you got a director that's done some good stuff. You got a big actress and a big actor, like either one, and it was a movie that I wasn't too pumped to see. It kind of reminded me of Atomic Blonde, which I thought was actually alright. I think it's just not my type of movie. And saying that, Jennifer Lawrence, I think, is not my. I don't know. I'm not a huge Jennifer Lawrence fan. I like her movies. I'm a huge fan of Silver Linings Playbook. I enjoyed the first two Hunger Games movies. There's a few others I can definitely think of that I like Jennifer Lawrence in, but I think there's something about her that I don't know about, and I don't rush to go and see her movies because of it. And I'm not saying that makes the movies bad because I don't like her, because I just said I enjoyed her movies, but this movie has a lot of things battling uphill for me to like it, because I'm not a huge fan of that genre, and Jennifer Lawrence, I'm not a huge fan of it either. But this movie was pretty much what I expected. This movie is a confusing, unraveling plot with a bunch of gory and uncomfortable scenes, with an actress that is, with a character, should I say, that is very hard to understand because of all the things she's going through. And to me, it didn't make for an enjoyable movie, in my opinion. I think while watching this, I think there was multiple factors that played in between not disliking it, but not liking it either. I think with this movie, the biggest thing that I thought of was there's not a glaring problem that I have with this movie. There's not a glaring like I have for this movie. And I just found it very much middle ground in this movie. This movie, I mean, the story for starters is very, very confusing at times. And I think it's the way it follows through the whole spy things can get confusing, and the way they did it, I just didn't really understand, and then it was hard to understand. I figured out what was going on, but I feel like you can get easily confused with this movie, and I understand that's the way those movies are meant to be, but I feel like that could be a bit of a downfall for this movie. And as I said, Jennifer Lawrence's character is very hard to comprehend what she's doing. You don't know what her plans are. You don't know if that was the plan the entire time, or she's flipping and staging. You never really get a sense of what she's doing. I know that could be a sense of, okay, that's what we want, but we need a character to follow and really understand. And I never thought we got that. I feel like when you have a movie, you're meant to have a protagonist, someone we can get behind. And I don't think that was him. I think it was more Joel Edgerton that you got behind, not really Jennifer Lawrence, because she was very hard to follow and hard to understand what she was doing. My biggest problem with this movie, though, as I said, there's no real problem, but the thing that made me very uncomfortable was there was a lot of hard to watch scenes. There was rape scenes, there was violent scenes, there was some stuff that has made me very uncomfortable, and there was moments where I kind of, and I'm a huge horror fan. I watched blood and gore and everything, but the way they did this and the way they shot with all the blunt force stuff and a lot of rape stuff and just uncomfortable scenes, I actually was like screaming. I was like, do I want to watch this? You know what I mean? Like, it actually made me a bit uncomfortable. And I've heard some people have, not in my cinemas, but in the people watching other people online, they've said that there was people that walked out of the cinema, and I can understand that, because it makes you very uncomfortable watching. And I mean, some people can deal with that, and some people can go through and go, yeah, it's alright, it's part of the movie, that's what happens, blah blah blah. I don't mind, but to me it made me feel uncomfortable, and for that reason I don't think I'll ever watch this movie again. I just don't see myself going back and going through that. I don't think it was. There are movies that do a lot of stuff like that, and you go, okay, but the way they did it, it was really filmed really well, or it was, made for a really good story. I never felt like that was that in this movie. I feel like this movie was just unsettling in a not very clever way, if that makes any sense at all. I think this movie was kind of just another Atomic Blonde. I don't think I really wanted another Atomic Blonde. I feel like I enjoyed Atomic Blonde better, a bit more. I think it had a bit more pace and, you know, fire to it, whereas this one's a bit more slower and, yeah, a bit more geary. I'm giving Red Sparrow a C. As I said, I could have easily gone for a C- here, but I feel like there wasn't enough of a problem to me to give a C- for, because I never really was sitting there going, this is shit, like this is not a bad movie. I thought this movie is just there. I think this movie was just okay, decent. I think it depends on you whether you'll like it or whether you'll dislike it more than I do. I think no one's going to love it. I don't think many people are going to go, holy shit, that was a really good movie. And I don't think many people are going to go, holy shit, that was a really great, like, shitty movie. You know what I mean? I think it's kind of just a middle ground that I'm sitting at, and I feel like that's kind of where you're going to lean. So thank you guys for watching my review of Red Sparrow. I actually was going to do an Oscar video yesterday. I didn't end up doing it because it was a lot of trouble to go through like a 3.5 hour video. And edit and stuff like that, so I never went out and did it, but I did tweet it. I did tweet a lot, so if you guys want to check me out, I'm at AceDavies on Twitter. I'll leave the description below as well, so you can find me there. Follow me, because I'm starting to use them all. I tweet out when my videos are out, all that good stuff, so check me out there, as well as I know I missed a Steelbook Sundays. No reason behind it, purely I forgot what day it was. I was working, and I just came back and I was like, holy shit, it's Sunday, and it's now 11 o'clock at night. I've missed one. So I'm going to do next week's one and then the week after. So I kept with this every second week, but instead of this week, I'm going to do back-to-back ones and then go back into the second week stuff, because that was my bad. I don't want to not put up a Steelbook Sundays or put it up on a Wednesday or anything. So I'll just double up for 2 weeks. But thank you guys for watching. You can subscribe if you haven't already. You can like, you can comment what you thought of the movie or the review. But of course, have a good one.